What's up with it? It's your boy OT, and you are now tuned into
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Like, subscribe, and follow wherever you get your podcast from.
That's right, Otis. Whatever you say, Otis.
Now let's get into it.
Y'all ain't stupid. They coming to see me.
And we back like we never left it, y'all.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
And you know what, y'all? I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I Googled something today, and I was just like, because I'm still new to this, but I'm gonna be true to this. I Googled like what a podcast was. And if you want to get like technical, it's like, and this is me paraphrasing because I'm not gonna give you the Webster dictionary and all that, because it's just like, oh, it's a public. It's a lot of that you don't want to hear. It's just like, it's basic, but it's basically it's a blog or a vlog or whatever y'all call it, a vlog, and that's all it really is. But somebody decided to really, okay, let me film myself doing this. So basically, it's just like you writing status on Facebook or anything like that. But a video is not a vlog, because you could just have a short video. You be talking about something, but it's really like a series of things and, a constant flow of things. But you know what? Podcasts really been happening since the 1980s. Like, think about it. It's, so podcasts are still fairly new because it started popping in 2004. And it really started popping because some murder trial. And yes, like I said, I Googled this. So it was some dude on there talking. I'm not going to tell y'all what he said, but the gist of what I got from it was, it's just like, it's somebody, you're getting on there, you're talking, you're being real, like we're doing. And it's just like you intertwining with people. And it's like, I'm putting it out there, but I can't make y'all listen to it, and that's not my intention. It's more so of this is what y'all like to do. It's also like an ego thing. It's like, I'm doing this because I like to hear myself talk. I really don't. But I'm like, you know what? It's just like, this is me. I'm real. I'm putting out a status, and it's just like I'm putting out different statuses every day. And because I'm like, I don't want to get on this podcast, as they call it, and be boring and be dry. So it's just like I'm figuring it out, and I'm like, let me Google all this stuff. But I'm going to tell you this. I feel like all that really taught us something, because they were entrepreneurs. And look at most of them now. They're on, like, Keenan, and Kel made his little comeback. I ain't gonna say little comeback, that's rude, but he made his comeback. But now he's on, is it SNL or, SNL? And so they're doing big things. But if you look how all that was set up, it was kind of set up like In Living Color, but it was different because they had more access to the pop stars back in the day. Because Keenan and Kel, when they had Cooley on they track. And TLC was on all that. They're the one who sung all that. Shout out to them. They didn't get paid because they was under false management. So yeah. But that was a podcast and all that, because you got to understand they had different things they were doing. Drake was on there, Keenan, Kel, Amanda Bynes. And they branched off and started doing their own thing. Before Disney got hot, it was really Nickelodeon. And then you got to understand, Good Burger, home of the Good Burger, that came from all that. That was a form of his little vlog, his podcast, but it was just like my cousin is kind of doing. It's like A-Rate TV. It's different channels. It's all different channels. It ain't just one little channel. It's like, your channel can be a big channel, but you got to make it bigger than what you want it to be. And so that's basically what podcasts are. Podcasts, anybody can do a podcast. You can get up right now and get up and talk, and that's what it's about. It's just basically like you're getting on Facebook. It's basically like you're getting on Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram. It's the mainstream source of media right now. You got the Breakfast Club. You got iHeartRadio. Like, everybody has a voice. And if you don't use your voice for what you want to use it for, then what you using it for? So I thought to myself, hey, I'm going to make me a podcast. I'm going to get up. I'm going to say what I want to say. So everybody is in tune and inclined to say what they want to say and do what they want to do. So I did Google that because I like learning new things, and I had to Google it for myself because as a new up and coming, podcast, I want to do this thing right. I don't want to just be popping for 1 year and then stop. I want to keep going. I want the trend to I want it to flow down to my niece and nephews. Like, eventually I'm going to start having people on here, but I want everybody to know that, hey, I'm here to stay. As my cousins had a song that's like, family boys are here to stay. We ain't gonna never go away, and we still ain't went away. I had to do it to them. Shout out to Christy and Candace, boy, because y'all some fools. But, like, when y'all start seeing the whole podcast and how everything comes together, y'all gonna be like, what does this man have going on? But I'm gonna tell you this. It ain't me. It's the person that's recording me. It's the person behind the mic. So we got another podcast called The Cousins. And see, it's probably going to be a holiday thing, but hey, I'm going to tell you this, our holiday parties, if you ain't been to one, we have the best holiday parties because our holiday parties are just genuine. It's nothing but love, joy, and peace. And then my little cousin, she born on the 25th, so it's just like, how it's not going to be crunk. And then now she 18, about to go off to college and do her thing. She already won the World Series as a little kid. So, hey, shout out to Ashara, little Ray Thibodeau. And shout out to Xavier and Zanaya and all the other cousins. But it's like, I want to leave behind a legacy. And that's my legacy, my little cousins, my niece and nephews. And so this is for them. If they don't hear nobody else do it, they heard they big cousin do it. They heard they uncle do it. They heard they whatever do it. But you know what? I just want to encourage the next generation. Hey, this is the future. Podcasts are the future. You want to be heard. You want your music out there. You know what? Some of y'all, and God forgive me because, I was in the ciphers. Not in the cipher, but I filled the ciphers. If y'all want y'all music out there, y'all want to do better, start a podcast. You can get on there and just be rapping. But make sure you're rapping about something because, a lot of y'all not rapping about nothing. I want to hear something different I ain't never heard that's going to intrigue my interest. But a podcast is whatever you make it. It's not just, I gotta come in, I gotta do this. Hey, you may have a random topic one day. You want to talk about a random topic because y'all stay tuned because one of the topics I got, y'all gonna be like, are you for real? But I really want to know. A sneak preview. This is what it is. I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm not gonna tell y'all no more though. But y'all know how this non-binary and binary and okay, so. All I'm going to say is, what if somebody don't associate they non-binary and they get into a fight? And one of them is a dude and one of them is a girl and the dude say he a girl. Do the laws change? I know that's deep because, hey, I mean, everything changing now. So I'm just saying, like, does it change because of that? But see, that's a podcast right there because that's something I really want to know. So I'm just saying, like, don't be scared to use your voice, especially not coming up in this 2023 season. I keep forgetting it's Michael Jordan years. So yeah, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas. But you got to understand, when you get a podcast, everybody ain't going to be for it. Everybody ain't going to like it. You're going to have some haters. But the thing is, you got to get up every day. You got to brush your teeth just like the person who's hating on you. Because if you don't do it, who going to do it? You can sit back and say, oh, I'm going to do this tomorrow. I'm going to do this. A podcast could be your life. You waking up every day going to that job, that could be your podcast. You just waking up saying, okay, this is what I got to do. Podcast your life. Because a pod could not just be in a pod. I'm not just in a pod, y'all. I could be in my room. I could be outside. I could be wherever I'm at. A podcast is broad. It's a broad spectrum because basically it's you being a radio personnel. Not even so much a radio personnel, but it's just you. It's just you talking to yourself, especially if you have no co-host. But I don't care because I like talking to myself. It's just kind of crazy because it's just like I've been talking to myself for so long, my thoughts done start to make sense. And when your thoughts start to make sense, think about that. Because I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm at a point in my life like I'm not bitter. I'm not sad. Nothing's going wrong. You can create the life you want to create, which is a podcast. Because you can create whatever you want to create. You can show people whatever you want to show. You don't have to just be restricted to just one certain thing. A podcast can be whatever you make it. Your life can be whatever you make it. But you got to stay on the straight and narrow. Make sure you don't step on toes. Because that's the last thing I want to do on my podcast. Yes, I am rated real, raw, and down to earth. But that don't mean that I don't want to understand. So if I ever say something on my podcast that is not wrong, that shit, gay people don't like, straight people don't like, white people don't like, whoever don't fucking like, you have the ability to comment, subscribe, and like, and let me know how you feel because I won't know. And I think that's what's wrong with people. We're naive to the fact that we got to know that everybody wasn't raised like you. Everybody don't have the same upbringing like you. So I'll be the first person to tell you I ain't perfect. But if I ask a question, I want to know. I want to know something. Thank y'all for tuning in to
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
I appreciate the likes, the feedback, and subscribes. Continue to support me and show love.
That's right, Otis. Whatever you say, Otis.
Hey, it's y'all world. I'm just living in it, baby.
Y'all ain't stupid. They coming to see me.